What's up guys, welcome to Action Point, the video series where I propose my gaming ideas and then discuss them with you all. Today, the topic of discussion, Pokemon Z for the Nintendo Wii U. Let's get started. After all of the fan reactions to the exciting announcement of Pokken Championships dominated my social media timelines, I got to thinking, what would a full-fledged Pokemon RPG for the Nintendo Wii U be like? Is it really what the Wii U needs? It may be, maybe not. We may never know, if Game Freak sticks to their guns that is. But that doesn't stop my mind from wandering. Let's begin with the concept. By now we've all got Game Freak's release schedule pretty much down to a science. First, 2 new entries in the main series, then a remake of a game from the previous generation with current gen mechanics introduced, then finally a revamped version of that current gen duo of games with new content like the Battle Tower or Battle Frontier. Last gen, however, Nintendo and Game Freak threw us a curveball with the release of Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 for the Nintendo DS. It was new, unexpected, exciting. Why wouldn't they want to continue that trend with something just as exciting for the Wii U? The 3DS is still going strong as evidenced by its units sold. As of June 30th, 2014, the handheld has sold over 44 million units worldwide. The Wii U sits at just over 6 million. There's a reason for that. The 3DS has a huge diverse library of awesome games from established franchises like Mario 3D Land, Mario Kart 7, and last but certainly not least, Pokemon X and Y. The Wii U has seen AAA releases from all but one of these franchises. See what I'm getting at here? Now don't get me wrong, I think that they're off to a good start with games like Mario 3D World and Mario Kart 8. I just think that they should finish off the trifecta with a Pokemon game for their struggling home console. I know Pokemon is traditionally a handheld-oriented game, but if they can bring console games like Smash Bros. To the 3DS, why couldn't they bring a handheld game like Pokemon to the Wii U? I know that Nintendo isn't dumb. They have a very long prosperous history, so they must know what they're doing, right? They gotta have a reason for not releasing one of their biggest franchises onto their home console. Actually, they do, and a pretty good one at that. Nintendo and Game Freak know that Pokemon is their handheld mascot. It was a huge reason why they sold Game Boys in the past, and it's an even bigger reason why they continue to sell handhelds to this day. They don't want to jeopardize that by releasing main series Pokemon games on home consoles. That's why when they do release Pokemon games to home consoles, they're spin-offs, usually developed by a different company. They don't want to risk devaluing the handheld games because that would sabotage the handheld market. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy those games or that they didn't work well enough for the console, but who's to say they can't release the slightly revamped versions of the handheld main series games onto the home consoles? If anything, it would add value and it would give people even more incentive to play through Pokemon X and Y story again. I don't know about you, but having the ability to play through a core Pokemon game on the big screen is more than enough of a reason for me to run out and buy a copy. They can go the easy route and stick to the tried and true formula of other main series Pokemon games. It would most likely still be great. But what if they use the Wii U's extra horsepower to add in a little extra flair? Like, instead of all random encounters, what if you could see some Pokemon roam the world? Or what if you could travel around with your Pokemon outside of the Pokeball? Similar to Pokemon Yellow or Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Only this time, instead of one Pokemon, you could travel all 6 Pokemon in your party if you want. Or whether or not you pander to their desire to roam outside of their Pokeball could have an effect on their happiness. Maybe that's asking too much, but a guy can dream, right? As for the controls, they can remain virtually unchanged from the handheld iterations of the series thanks to the gamepad. Maybe they can use motion controls for things like Pokemon contests or something. Wii U has some great features that would be perfect for a Pokemon game. Amiibo, beautiful HD visuals, and a competent online infrastructure with social media built right in. How exactly can Pokemon utilize these features and more? I'll tell you how. First up, Amiibo. Games like Skylanders and Disney Infinity always sell well. Swap Force was the second best-selling game both in the US and Europe last year. If people buy in the franchise with generic characters like the ones featured in Skylanders, imagine the impact of a game like that featuring a large existing roster of already beloved Pokemon. They could allow you to transfer your data between handhelds and console games with the Pokeball Amiibo, or distribute special Pokemon like the ones normally allocated to a GameStop promotional event. How cool would that be? Do I really need to say more? Just look at these. I rest my case. Finally, time for the online features. Miiverse is perfect for finding people to trade and battle with, not to mention tournaments. What if they set up a tournament in place of the Elite Four that will function similarly to the Pokemon World Championships in Pokemon Black and White 2? Or like how the Pokemon League is in the anime. They could always make challenging the Elite Four part of the post-game. That would be a really cool twist to the formula in my opinion. Also, what if you could travel with a few friends and watch them take on gym leaders, or borrow a Pokeball or two for those moments when you're running low and you're miles away from a Pokemon Center? Again, a guy can dream. Well, those are my thoughts. Thanks for watching. Remember, the discussion doesn't have to end there. Let's keep the conversation going. Leave your action points or topic suggestions in the comment section below, or post a tweet or video response with the hashtag ActionPoint. Why not share this with Nintendo? Maybe we can make it happen. If you like this video, make sure to click like, and for more videos like this, click the annotations on the screen or links in the description. Until next time, see you in the comments.